God knows what happened there. I started a new video. Oh no, oh God no. I wanted it all as a one. Oh dear. Never mind, it'll have to be part 2. Silly sausage that I am. Don't know why it went like that, no idea. But in order, I think I left it where we were actually making sure that this stays square. Alright, so you do that by doing this. Now this is going to be difficult one-handed, so I'll just cut back to the next segment. Yep. Now what that does is hold it in place while I carry that thing up to the area where the bed is going to be situated. So I'll just cut to that bit next, okay? See you all shortly. Yeah, so that's it's going to be its little home up there. At the end of the season, I'm going to trim those red currant back, so they're quite bushy. They're too bushy, really. Then I want them trimmed back quite a way, and they can get fresh growth on for next year. But that's where it's going to be staying. It's not going to be staying like that. The ericaceous earth blueberry bed. It's going to be walloped into the ground using this and that. Okay, so I'm going to cut now to the next pit, which will be walloped in. Alright, so it's in and it's level and it's square. The next step is to big stone I just pulled out there. So the next step is to put a bit of a strip along the top just to neaten that top off. Okay, 2 by 1, and then we'll fill it up with soil and we'll backfill any gaps around there with soil as well. Okay, and then we're going to put a load of pine mulch, which is in there, into the bottom of it. So I'm going to put 2 or 3 bags in the bottom. I'm going to fill it up with the ericaceous soil, and then I'll put probably some pine mulch as well around the base of the plants once they're in. Okay, see you in a bit. Yeah. So far that's took us about 20 minutes. Okay, including digging the holes out. Again, it's level, and it is level. So, yeah. Now, in fact, it was a bit higher on that. I think I might have adjusted. I might need to adjust it a little bit. It was a bit higher on that side. I will play about with it before I finally seat it in properly. So the next step is to get it seated properly, and then fill her up. Okay. Yeah. So in its native land, blueberry grows in pine mulch, pine needles and the like, and so that's what we've got in there. We've got all the mulch courtesy of the beavers. Got 4 bags of it there. I wish I'd have had about 40 bags of it, to be honest with you, but that's gone in. I'm going to put the ericaceous soil in as well, but I'm going to have to mix it with some verve and stuff like that just to get it filled up. But it'll give it a bit of a start, you know. We should keep the acidity in there. It thrives really about 5.5, between 5 and 6 really, blueberry, so it likes an acidic soil. So hopefully we'll give it a nice home here in the 4 foot by 4 foot by 2 foot. It's a bit high really, but mate, it's got enough room to grow. There's going to be 5 going in there, and we're hoping to get them that size. Get big bushy ones up to about here. Yeah, so they grow about like 3 foot or something like that up from that, and that's where they're going to live. Okay. Yeah, so there's 4 bags of that going in it. I'm gonna need probably about another 4 bags of that as well, and that's £4.99 a pop at the moment at B&Q, so that's 40 quid. I put about another 15-20 quid's worth in. It's going to be about 60 quid. I put the mulch in at the bottom, which was the pine mulch, mixed it in with normal soil from around the plot. That took it up to about 1/3 of the way up. But yeah, it takes a lot of litrage there. It's probably going to be around about 400 or 500 litres of growing medium that's going in there. But once that's in there, hopefully that'll, if I just keep top dressing it with more pine needles and such like, then it should stand us in good stead for the next 15-20 years, hopefully, if I keep treating this. It's already treated. All the timbers are treated. It's going to get a lick of paint around the edges. So yeah, hopefully we'll get about 15 years out of it, something like that. I will rebuild it as we go and look after the bushes as we're going along, but that's going to be all inside the netted cage. In fact, these side walls, are going to be part of the border for the netted cage as it goes up on this. But yeah, that's still to come. So I'm going to continue to fill this up. I'm going to need more bags of the verve, so I'm not going to plant out the blueberries today, but I might put them on top so we can see what they look like, the little blueberry bushes. There's one quite medium-sized billy oak blueberry bush, and there's 4 small ones. Okay? Yeah, okay. So when it's all done and dusted, I'm probably going to need about another 6 bags of the Eritaceous, and I'm going to get some topsoil to mix it with as well. 6 of each. Cheapest topsoil I can get, and the Eritaceous. It's probably going to cost me around about another 40 quid to fill that, so that'll stand me at about 70 quid plus the wood and everything else. The wood's kind of off-cut here, but you've got 28 quid's worth of OSB board there, and you've probably got about another 12 quid's worth of timber and screws. So 40, you're talking 120 quid for a bed like that filled. And then your plants, and those plants were £4.99 each. That blueberry, the bigger bush blueberry, I think that was £6.99. So you're talking, what, 23 quid? Something like that, £23, 143 quid for a raised bed blueberry house. Is it worth it, boys and girls? Well, it's not going to be worth it this year, because we'll be lucky if we get a good sized punnet off them this year. But hopefully next year and the following year, we're going to get some big results off these. If they can get half the size of these, they won't grow as big as these. But if they can get sort of half the size of these, and they'll be filling that, that'll be a big blueberry bush area. Hopefully we'll get a few pounds of blueberries off them when they're fully matured. Them blueberry bushes, hopefully, you can get 2 or 3 pounds off a fully matured blueberry bush, and that's like £15. And they keep coming. If you watch Tony's video, Tony O'Neill's video on UK Here We Grow, he gets about 2 or 3 good flushes off his blueberries throughout the season, keeps picking them, they keep coming again. He gets pounds and pounds off them. I'm going to re-watch that tonight before I complete that bed and see what, or if you can comment on this one, Tony, that'd be much appreciated, mate, just to let me know what amendments I might need to put into that. I've used the ericaceous soil, but what other amendments you might suggest that I put in to consolidate the soil, etc. Yeah, anybody who's got any tips on blueberries, please let me know in the comments below. All right, boys and girls. Hope you've enjoyed these 2 little videos. I wanted to do them as a 1 video, but for some reason it cut itself out. No idea why. So yeah, this is part 2. Big Daddy Farmer signing out. Have a good night and have a good week.